This today. Today is 22.
Yes.
Yep. Minus 22 is 21. Today is Wednesday. All right, so let me do this one. Number one. First one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do let's say solve. I'm gonna have 5x3 power plus 1x2 power minus 20x minus 4 equals 0. There you go. There's the first one. All right. So this one, and I'm going to do with the synthetic division we did last time. Synthetic division. Okay. All right. So the first thing I tell you to do is look at the last number. And you look at the first number. Okay. Last number and the first number. So, all right. So the last number I see here is 4. Y'all see right there? 4.
Yes.
And the first number I see is 5. Y'all see where I get the 4 and see how I get the 5? Let me highlight it for you so you can see it easier. That's where I got the 4, and that's where I got the 5. Is everybody okay with 4, 5?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the last one on top of the first one. Now I'm gonna take all the numbers that divide 4. Well, plus or minus 4 divides it, and plus or minus 2 divides it, and plus or minus y divides the upstairs number. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now the downstairs number, what numbers divide 5? Well, it's just gonna be 5 and 1. That's it, right?
Yes.
So it's gonna be the 5 and the 1. That's all I have down there. Okay. So now I'm gonna put something from the top, something from the bottom, and I'll just show you what that means. Okay. I'm gonna start with plus or minus 4 over, let's say, 5. And then I'm gonna start with plus or minus 2 over what? 5. Then I'm gonna start with plus or minus 1 over what? 5. So I put all these over 5. Then I go do the same thing again. The numbers on top, plus or minus 4 over 1, plus or minus 2 over 1, and plus or minus 1 over 1. Okay, y'all see where I get all those, something from the top, something from the bottom? All right, so now I'm gonna have to look at all the possible numbers. Okay, let's reduce them if I can. This one says that plus or minus 4/5 is a possible answer. And I don't like that fraction, but plus or minus 2/5, that might be an answer. Okay, plus or minus 1/5, that might be an answer. And plus or minus 4, and plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 1. So we have a lot of answers that maybe will work. Right, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 answers that you have to try. But you're not gonna do that because I'm gonna tell you right now what you do. So there's 12 things. You might have to do all 12 to get the answers. No way. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start now with the little numbers. Start with the second littlest number. This one right here. I'm gonna put a circle on it. Start right here. Because when I did it at my math lab, I did a bunch of examples on it on my math lab over and over and over. And they always skip the first one, the 1s, and they jump to the 2s and 3s right here. See that you're on the yellow right here? That's when we're gonna try with synthetic division. Okay. Why? Because I did it in my math lab a bunch of times, and that's what it did. So I'm gonna do synthetic division starting not with a plus minus 1, but with a plus or minus 2. Okay. So I'm gonna start with a 2. It doesn't work. I'll try the negative 2. So over here, ready? Put this number here. I'm gonna try x equals 2 back in here. So 2 in here. I'm gonna get 5 and 1 and negative 20 and negative 4. Everybody okay with the setup on the synthetic division?
5, okay, the 1, okay. Negative 20 and negative 4. Gotcha.
All right, everybody okay right there? Okay, so now, what do I do with the 5? Where do you think the 5 goes? Right here.
Bring it down.
Down, always, exactly. And then you multiply 2 times 5. What do you think 2 times 5 is gonna be?
10.
10. Somebody says it's gonna be 10. Okay, so let's do 10. So 2 times 5 is 10, bring it up here. And what do you think 10 plus 1 is?
11.
11. And then 2 times 11,
22.
22. And 22 minus 20 is, do the calculator. 22 minus 20.
Negative 42.
Oh, that's so close. That's super close.
Let me see. We'll try that again. Plus 22. There we go.
I think $22 minus $20. I got $22. Go to Whataburger. I spent $20. How much do I have left?
It'll be 2. There we go.
So 2. Everybody okay with 2 now? All right. And 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2?
It'll be 4.
And 4 minus 4 is.
Going to be 0. Or cancel out.
That's right. Cancel out is 0. You're right. That's what it is. All right. Now, is the remainder 0? Yes. Since the remainder is 0, then for sure I know that one answer that belongs to this problem is positive 2 for sure works in it. All right. Now I'm going to tell you another thing that I did when I was doing the math lab questions, a whole bunch. When I did it, I said, okay, I did the positive 2 and they worked okay. Then I just did the next number, the negative 2. I said, you know what? I'm going to try the negative 2 also now. Negative 2. But on the new numbers, well, the new numbers that are left are these numbers right here. So I have 5, 11, and 2 left over. So I'm going to do synthetic again, but on just those right there. Ready? How do you synthetic? You tell me. Where's 5 go?
Okay, let me see. 5 goes down the bottom.
Down here, right? And what's negative 2 times 5 in your calculator? What's negative 2 times 5?
Negative 10.
Yes. What's 11 minus 10? $11. I spent $10 whatever.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's see here. 11.
Negative.
Plus 10.
Negative? Positive? Negative? I don't
It'll
know.
be a, it'll be a
Negative
positive.
1.
Is it negative 1? I have $11 and I spent $10.
Oh, 1. Positive
There you
1.
go. Positive 1. There you go. Okay. So now what's negative 2 times 1? A negative 2 times a positive 1 is that negative 2? Yes or no?
Negative 2.
And 2 minus 2 is 0 again. So that means that since I got a remainder of 0 again, that means yes, this is the second answer that works that I know of. And that's kind of how I was doing them on my math. I said, oh wow, that one worked too, and that one worked also. Now 2 works, negative 2 works, and then I say, you know what? Let me see what's left over. It was x cubes, then it was x squares. Now this is just gonna be regular 5x plus 1. Y'all see that? It was x cubes right here, then it was x squares right here. Now it's just regular x. So now the last question is this. Can I solve 5x plus 1 equals 0? You know how to solve that? How do you solve 5x plus 1 equals 0? Can I just subtract something from both sides?
Okay. 1, 5x.
Can I just go minus 1, yes or no?
Yes.
So I have 5x equals negative 1, and then what? Divide by something.
Then divide by 5.
Yes, this one by 5, and this one by 5. So x is, boom, negative 1 over 5. So now, when I look at these answers right here, looks like I have this 1/5 right here. I have a 2 and I have a negative 2. So in my box, over here on the side, in my answer box, what do you think goes in the answer box? Does positive 2 go in there?
Yes.
Does negative 2 go in there?
Yes.
Does negative 1/5 go in there?
Negative 1/5. Yes.
So I have 3 answers, right? I have the 2, and I have the negative 2, and I have the 1/5, negative 1/5. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Same question. I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? This is math 13, 14. All right. All right. Is that okay for one? I'm gonna do number one again. I'm just gonna change it, okay? Same problem. We just make up new numbers, okay? All right, same problem. I'm just gonna change the numbers. All right, number one, page one, there it is. So now I'm gonna go to next question, same thing. I'm just gonna change it again. So now I'm gonna go page two, question number one again. Okay. See, let me change the numbers. Okay, so 8x cubed, that one's different, plus 1x squared minus 72x minus 9 equals 0. Okay, just gonna say solve, use the synthetic division. Okay, so we're gonna do the same setup. Ready? So we said the last over the first. So the last number we see on top of the first number we see. So the last number is right here and the first number is right there. So the last number I see is what?
79.
Yeah, plus or minus 9. And the
And
first
over
number I see
8.
is what? 8. Okay, so we highlight for you. Somebody said that it's the 9 and the 8. Is everybody okay with 9 and 8?
Yes, sir.
All right, so now I'm gonna put the numbers here. There they are, 9, 8. So I'm gonna put this one away. That one's done. You know how to do that. All right. So now the synthetic. It says use synthetic. Got it. So look at all the numbers that divide 9. What numbers divide 9? 9 divides 9. Sure. What else? How about 3? Does 3 divide 9?
Yes.
How about 1? Does 1 divide 9?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So those are all the numbers that divide the 9, right? 9, 3, and 1. Okay, now the 8. It's a bunch of them for 8. Well, 8 divides it. What else? How about 4?
4. Okay, and then 2
And 2. What else?
and 1.
1. So those are all the numbers that can divide the 8 on the bottom. Upstairs, downstairs, top and bottom. Ready? So now you're gonna have to write all one number from the top, one number from the bottom. Okay. So let me do it this way. Let me write it like that. Let's say I'm gonna start with, and these are all gonna be plus or minus. So it's gonna be plus or minus 9 over 8, maybe. Or it could be plus or minus 3 over 8, maybe. Or it could be plus or minus 1 over 8. So I did 9, 3, and 1 over 8. Or it could be plus or minus 9 over what? 4. Plus or minus 3 over what? 4. Plus or minus 1 over what? 4. So these are all over 8, all over 4. There's more possible answers. Could it be over the 2 also? Yes. Plus or minus 9 over 2. Plus or minus 3 over 2. And plus or minus 1 over 2. And then we got plus or minus 9 over 1. Plus or minus 3 over 1. Oh, man. Plus or minus 1 over 1. We have all these answers that are possible. It's a lot. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 questions, 24 answers. Man, there's only 3 answers. But you already know the answer. Are you going to use the big numbers over here? Never. Let me reduce them a little bit. Well, the only thing that's going to reduce is, well, this is 9 over 8. Nothing's going to happen to these things here. They're going to stay just like they are. And the 1 over 8, that stays like it is. And the 9 over 4, that stays 9 over 4. And the 3 over 4, that stays that way. And the 1 over 4, that stays that way. 9 over 2, nah, nothing happens there. 3 over 2, nothing happens there. 1 over 2, nothing happens there. But the last ones. Plus or minus 9 over 1, that's a 9. Plus or minus 3 over 1, that's a 3. Plus or minus 1 over 1, yeah. So now, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to use all these numbers. There's no way. I'm going to start not with the 1, but what I'm doing, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go in here. That's what I'm going to try. When I try my math, that always those numbers seem to work. Not the 1 and 1, not the 1 minus 1, but the plus and minus 3 or plus and minus 2 works. So I'm going to do synthetic division with what? That number right there. You see it? I'm going to start with a 3. 3, synthetic. Now this is going to be 8, 1, negative 72 and negative 9 all over right there. So now, what do I do with the 8? Somebody tell me.
Bring it down.
Bring it down always. What's 3 times 8? Multiply.
24.
24. And 24 plus 1?
Okay.
25.
5. What's 3 times 25?
5.
Multiplication.
3 times 25. Oops. 3 times
75.
75. There you go.
5.
And 5 minus 72 is like $75 minus $72 is
68.
It's 3.
3. Somebody said 3, yes? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. And 3 times 3 is a 9. 9 minus 9, hey, that's a 0. If the remainder is a 0, I already know the answer. That means that, yes, this for sure is the answer. And I just told you that's what my math does a lot. So I know for sure I got one answer done. Now, if the positive 3 works, always I try the other number, the negative one. But the new ones, the leftover numbers only, because now it was cubes, now it's only x squared, so it's gonna be 8 and a 25 and a 3. So now bring the 8 down. What's this right here? What's 3 times negative 3 times 8?
24.
Negative 24, yes or no?
Yes.
And what's 25 minus 24?
Be 1.
1. What's negative 3 times 1?
Be negative 3.
3 minus 3, is that 0 again?
Yep.
It is, right? Oh, okay. So guess what? This is another yes answer right here. And then the last part is left over. I see ax plus 1 equal to 0. How do I solve 8x plus 1 equal to 0? You told me. How do I solve this right here? Do I subtract something from both sides?
Hold on. Let's see here.
Minus 1.
Minus 1 minus 1. Okay. So now I have 8x equals negative 1. Now what should I do next?
Divide by 8.
Yes. Somebody said divide this side by 8 and divide this one by 8. If I do that, looks like I'm going to have negative 1 over 8. That's another answer right here, right? Now, before you say anything, let me highlight these things. So I got this one was good and this one was good. And now I'm getting another answer on here, right? So you're going to tell me that in my answer box right here, which is answer, my answers, do I put this number here where my finger is? Yes or no?
Yes.
Put 3. What else?
Negative 3.
Yeah, what else?
Negative 1 8.
Yes, 1 8. So I have my answers in my box. Yes, I do. They're right here. All my answers in the box. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Let me do it again. You do it like 10 more times. Maybe after you get it, okay? Is that okay? Or should I do it 12 more times?
A couple more times.
Let's just do it one more time. If you get it in the next one, I'm gonna say yes, you know how to do it, okay? Let's just do it that way. If you get the third one or the fourth one, we don't want to do this problem again over and over. All right. So use synthetic division. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm gonna do another one, the same thing, but I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? All right, so page number 3, question number 1 again. The same question, question one, but I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? All right, so let's do another one, just like that one. Brand new numbers, okay? All right, what about, just dots there. Ooh, more dots. There you go, that's a guinea page. All right, this is page 3. What question again? Number 1 again. Let's say about solve 3x to the 3 power plus 1x to the 2 power minus 12x minus 4 equals 0. Solve, and it's going to say use synthetic division.
Plus 1x.
There it is. So write the question. It's the same problem, but what did I do? I just changed the numbers. That's all.
Minus 4.
Change the numbers. Ready? So do I do the last over the first again? Yes.
So minus 4.
So the last on top of the first. So the last number I see is that a 4?
Yes.
So minus 4 over, and the first number I see is what?
This is a 3.
3. Okay, but you see what? Let me highlight those things. This is the last number, and this is the first number. Everybody okay right there? Last and the first.
Okay.
Yes. Now once I have that, got the last number, and I got the first number. All right. So now I'm gonna do all the numbers that divide 4. Let's think about it. What numbers divide 4? Let's see. Plus or minus 4. That's for sure. How about plus or minus 2? That divide the 4. What else?
Let's see.
How about 1?
1, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So there they are. On the bottom. Let's see. What divides 3? I think 3. 3 divides it for sure.
Yes.
And also 1. That's it, right? 3 and 1 divides 3. All right. So now, remember, you got to get something from the top and something from the bottom. Something from the top and something from the bottom. Something in the top. So we're going to have plus or minus 4 over 3, plus or minus 2 over 3, plus or minus 1 over 3. So over 3 over 3 over 3. Next one, plus or minus 4 over 1, plus or minus 2 over 1, and 1 over 1. Okay, so I have all these possible numbers right here. So now reduce them if I can. This is plus or minus 4/3. There's nothing I can do. Leave it alone. Plus or minus 2 over 3. Leave it alone. Plus or minus 1 over 3. Leave it alone. Plus or minus 4. Yes, that's just a regular 4. Plus or minus 2. That's just a regular 2. And plus or minus 1 is just a regular 1. So y'all see why I get these numbers right here in the last circle? Guess what? You're going to try a number from here, but what are you going to try? Not the ones, because I told you the ones and ones plus ones, they never use those. They use the number, the next number. Whether it's 2 or 3 or 4, that's the one you're going to use. So use the plus or minus 1, jump to the next number, whatever that number is.
Okay, but why
So
2?
So yeah, so 2. So I'm going to try, let's try 2 first. Let's see if it works, okay? I'm going to say, try the 2. Try that one. All right, so I'm going to do that and see what happens. Ready? I'm going to try 2 in synthetic division right here.
Okay.
The numbers 3,
Goes down.
1, minus 12, minus 4. Somebody say put this one down here. Is that okay?
Yes, 12.
2 times 3, multiplication. 2 times 3 is?
It goes down. Hold on. Is 6.
6. 6 is correct. Calculator. 1 plus 6.
7.
7. Good answer. 2 times 7.
14.
14.
14. And 14 minus 12 is? I have $14. I spent $12 in Waterburger or whatever. How much do I have left?
That would be 2.
2. Is everybody good with 2? All right, now this one. 2, doing a calculator. 2 times 2 in your calculator. How much is that?
4.
4. And what's 4 minus 4?
0.
0. Okay, so it looks like the remainder is 0, right? If the remainder is 0, automatically, you know what? This is an answer for sure. This 2 right here, that works. So now I'm going to do the next number, negative 2. Okay, negative 2. So I'm going to put the numbers that are left over, which are these numbers right here only.
Goes down.
I have 3 and a 7 and a 2.
2. All right.
Ready? So what do I do with first number?
So the 3 goes down.
Down. Negative 2 times 3.
Is a negative 6.
There you go. 7 minus 6, that's a 1. So what's negative 2 times 2? Oh, negative 2 times 1.
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
2 minus 2 is a 0, right?
Yes.
All right. So that means that, yeah, that one works also. So now I know I got 2 answers, this one and this one. Now, what's left over is this. 3x plus 1 equals 0. Because there's no one, it's not cubes, it's not squares, it's just regular x. To
You
solve
minus
this
one.
one, what do you do?
Minus
Subtract something.
You okay,
You said
Mo?
minus what? What? So minus 1, yes or no?
Yes.
All right, so these are gone. So now I have 3x equals -1. So now divide by something. You tell me.
Okay, divide by 3.
Yes, this one by 3, this one by 3. So it looks like I have x equals a fraction of 1/3. Is that right?
Yes.
So in my box, my answer box over here, I'm gonna wait. Don't say anything yet. Don't say anything yet. Let me highlight this so we won't mess them up. Okay. There we go. So what do you think goes in the box? What goes in there?
2,
2. What else?
-2,
What else?
-1/3.
And 1/3. Right there. 3 answers again. There they are in the box. So the hard part is the last number over the first one. You got to do this thing right here first. And then forget the big numbers. Just go to the little numbers at the end. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. Because when I did it a bunch of times in my math lab over and over and over. And that's what it kept popping on me. Since that's what it did over and over, maybe that's what it's doing all the time, huh? So one day, all right, is that okay for number 1? Question number 1. Everybody okay with question number 1? Can I go to question number 2 now?
I have just one question.
Oh,
Yes.
no. Go ahead.
That I don't get like how you get the 2. Like I don't get like how you like how do you oh. I'm trying to think.
Think about what you want to say something.
Yeah, think like this. Even though there's a whole bunch of answers, there's all these answers. You're never going to do this fraction thing ever. All you're going to do, you're going to go to the end and you're going to try this one right here with the arrows. Because my math lab, that's what they like to use. They like to use not the plus or minus 1, but the next number, the 3, the 2, the 5, this number right here. And I tried the first one, I tried the +2. And if it works, that's done. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to switch to the next line, which would be the -2. I'm going to try that one. If it works, great. And then with the leftovers. And the leftovers are always easy to do. But yeah, so let me kind of go through the other ones again. Hang on a second. All right, let me go back to page 1 so you can kind of see it again. All right, remember how we did this one? The last over the first. Okay, so we did all the numbers and we had all these possible numbers. I told you, don't forget about the 1. Just do the 2 and the -2. So I tried the 2 and I put it in there. It worked. Then I tried the -2. It worked. We got the third answer right here. Now, the other one, question number 2. This is number 1, okay? 1, 1. Then the other one, page 2, number 1 again. This one, I said, okay, let's look at all. There's a bunch of them. My gosh, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 answered. I say, what? Forget the 1. Don't even mess with the 1. What are you going to do? The 3. This time it's a plus or minus 3 is right here, the second number right here. See, that's what I'm going to use. So what did I do? I got 3 right here. Tried it. Yes. Then I tried -3. Yes. And then I had left over this one, and I can work that one easy. And I got 1/8. So then I ended up with a 3, a -3, and then the 1/8. That was question number 2. The
Okay.
page 2, same question. Okay. And then we just did this one right now. Okay, different numbers, but it's the same thing. So now this one, I said all the possible numbers. I say, all right, forget the 1. Go with that. This was a 2, so let's use 2 again. So 2, put it in there, synthetic. -2, put it in there, synthetic. Got the answer. Now I got this one to solve. That's fine. I can do that one easy. It's 1/3. So then I got the answer. So always when you get all these possible, what are you gonna do? Just do the second numbers.
Okay.
Whatever these numbers are. If it's 3, 5, 7, that's what you're going to use. This right here. Not the ones and not these other fraction things. You're going to use that one right there, the second one. Because when I did my math lab on this one, it did it all the time. It was the second numbers.
Okay.
Those numbers. It just, I did it like a bunch of times. I said, well, let me do it again. Let me do it again. And then I said, oh, it's the same thing. Okay, so even though you might have 24 answers, doesn't matter. You're just going to do the second one over here. Because that kind of works all the time with my math lab. Okay, this is how they do. All right, let me go question number 2. Is that okay? Question number 2. I'm gonna go number 2. See how it goes. Hopefully we can get like 5 skills or something. All right, page number 4. I'm gonna do question number 2 now. Ready? All right, this one is gonna say this. It's gonna say find the distance between
Distance between
2 points. 2 points. And I'll give you a point. Let's say I have the number. Let's say I have the number 4 and 10 right here. And over here, I'm going to have 1 or 6, I guess. That sounds good. Let me see. All right. So the distance between those 2 points, this is x1, y1. This is x2 and y2. They're like 2 dots on the graph. You could do like 2 dots like this. I'm going to say, how far is it from here to here? That's all it is. There's a formula you did in algebra, and I'm just going to pretend you forgot, okay? The distance formula in algebra looks like this. D equals square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. This is the formula that you use in algebra to find the distance between 2 points. Okay. So now I'm going to put all those numbers in there and get my answer. So what is x1? I'll help you.
4.
4. What is x2?
1.
All right. What is y1?
10
10.
and
What
6.
is y2? 6. Is that okay?
Okay.
x1, x2, y1, y2. So now you get into this. 4 minus 1 squared plus 10 minus 6 squared. So now, what is 4 minus 1?
3.
3 squared.
Plus
And what's 10 minus 6?
4.
4 squared. So now, what is 3 times 3? And also, what is 4 times 4? So now, it looks like I have 9 plus 16. Can I add those 2 numbers together? What's 9 plus 16?
25.
25. Do you know what the square 25 is? Can you do that easy number? Yes or no? What is it?
5.
5, because 5 times 5 is 25. So the
Yeah.
answer will be what? 5. Does that make sense? If it comes out easy number like that, like 5 or something, that's what you do. If it doesn't come out easy number like that, leave it alone. Can we do another?
Okay.
Is that right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's do page 5. We do question number 2 again, one more time, okay? Page number 5. I'm gonna do question number 2 again. Same problem. I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? So I'm gonna change the numbers. All right, let's say it says find the distance. Okay, that's I know I just put the points. Okay, let's say I have x1, y1's right here. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna say this is gonna be 10 and 2. Sounds good. And over here it's gonna be I don't know, how about 9 and 3? Sounds good. All right, so 10, 2, 9, 3. 10, 2, and 9, 3. All right, so first of all, this is x1, this is y1. This is x2, this is y2. Is that okay for the labels? First x, first y?
Yeah.
So now the formula, and I just gave it to you right now, looks like this thing here.
Okay.
x1, x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. So now I'm gonna put numbers in here. Ready? What is x1? You tell me.
10,
10. What is x2?
2,
2. All right, over here. What is y1?
9,
9. What is y2?
3,
3. Now, using your calculator skills, arithmetic things, 10 minus 2 and a calculator, of course, 9 minus 3 on a calculator, of course, what is it?
8,
8 squared, what else?
6,
6 squared, and using your calculator skills again, 8 times 8 plus 6 times 6, ready? What is 8 times 8?
64,
64 plus 36. What's 64 plus 36? You told me.
100,
100. And what's the square root of 100? What times what is 100? Is there a number? What number times itself is 100? Remember the
10.
multiplication tables.
10.
10. Is 10 times 10 100? Yes or no?
Yes.
They said yes. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, let me do another one. This time, it's not gonna have. I'm gonna make it some number that doesn't come out easy like this. So I'm just changing the numbers a little bit. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do another one like number 2. I'm just gonna change the numbers. Ready? Y'all ready? Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do another one. Page number 6. Question number 2 again. Same question. Just different number. All right. Find the distance between. Let's see. I'll make up some numbers. How about 2, 2, that's 1, and negative 3 and 6. All right, so this is x1, y1, this is x2, and this is y2. Is everybody okay right there? So now, formula, ready? Put it in there. Distance equals this, x1, x2 squared plus y1, y2 squared. So now, what is x1?
2,
Yes.
We said 2. What is x2?
Negative.
Negative 3.
2.
And what is y1?
2,
2. What is y2?
6,
6. Everybody okay with the numbers right there?
2 minus 6.
Now, this is the hard part. Ready? What's the negative of a negative?
Positive.
All right, good job, man. Super good. And 2 minus 6, just 2 minus 6. All right, so now calculator. What's 2 plus 3?
5,
5. And what's 2 minus 6?
negative 4,
Negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply the long way. 5 times 5 plus negative 4 times negative 4. Okay, so now it looks like I have 5 times 5 is 25. Negative to negative is a positive 16. So that's going to give me what? What's 25 plus 41? Oh, it's an ugly number. It's not a, if I do square root of my calculator, it's going to be a long, long number, isn't it? Give me the numbers. Do square root of 141. Do a square root of 41 in calculator.
6.4,
Oh, what else?
It's 41.
0312,
What else?
42374.
Done. Is that the number? 403, 124, 237? Is that it?
You forgot a 4.
I need a 4 where?
2, 4, 237.
6, 4.
6.403 1 2 4 237.
Is that the right number or not? I don't know. I don't have to get my calculator out. I'll get my machine now. Hold on a second. Let me do it on mine. What is it? 41. Second square root 41. So it's at 403. Okay, look, let me do it on mine. Square root of 41. Second square root 41. Ready? All right. I got 6, 4, 0, 3, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 7. That's what I got. Y'all get that number? Calculator, yes or no? Okay, go ahead and mute your machines. I'm hearing stuff coming back on me. Mute them. Mute all your machines. Mute them. Mute it. There you go. Thanks. All right. Now, is that the number you got? Yes or no?
Yes, on that one.
And if I went and rounded out 3 places, I think it was 6.0403. That's enough. Okay, but I would just stop right here. I wouldn't do this decimal chunk. Leave it like this. When you do it in my math lab, leave it like this. Because if you start doing decimals and you don't put all the numbers they want, it's gonna be wrong. If it's like this and it doesn't come out evenly, that's what you're gonna write. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say question number 2 is okay. Is that all right? Skill number 2. I'm gonna go skill number 3 now. Ready? Then I go to the next page. Ready? Let's go to page 7. Skill number 3. Okay, the next question I'm gonna ask you is, how do I find the midpoint between 2 points? Find the midpoint between 2 points. What? Midpoint? Okay, so I'll give you some numbers. -8, -2, and -10, and 6. Okay, so this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, and this is y2. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The midpoint formula, I just write it for you, is this. x1 plus x2 over 2. And y1 plus y2 over 2. There's the midpoint formula. If you don't remember from algebra lab. So now I know the midpoint formula is this. So I'm going to start putting numbers in there, right? So tell me, what is x1?
-8.
Yes. What is x2?
-10.
Yes. All right. What is y1?
-2.
And y2?
6.
6. Everybody get those numbers right there. So now let's do it again. So the midpoint is -8 and -10 over 2, and -2 and a +6 over 2. So the midpoint is going to be, looks like it's going to be -18 over 2 and 4 over 2. But I can reduce it some more. What do you think I can reduce it to? Can I divide those numbers? Yes or no? What do you think that's going to be? Use the calculator. 18, -18 divided by 2.
-9.
9. What about 4 divided by 2?
2.
2. So here's the answer right here. Can we do it again? Midpoint, just put it in the formula. Midpoint formula. That gives you the middle of 2 dots. That's all it does. It's a graph like this, and there's a point right here, there's a point right here. It just tells you this answer right in the middle. Can we do another one? Is that okay? Same problem, just different numbers? Do it again. Different numbers. Ready? Page 8. And I'm going to do question number 3 again. Ready? Find the midpoint in the 2 points. So the midpoint formula again is, let's see, how about, I'm just getting some numbers. How about 2 -3, and the other one is going to be 8 and +3. So this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So the midpoint, just did that formula. Let me write it again. x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. There they are. So the midpoint is that right there. What is x1?
2,
2. What is x2?
8,
8. Got it. What is y1?
-3,
-3. What is y?
3,
-3. All right, so now midpoint again. I'm gonna go 2 plus 8 over 2, -3 plus 3 over 2. So now the midpoint again. So what's on top? What's 2 plus 8?
10,
10. What's 3 minus 3?
0,
0. So now, can I reduce that? Yes. Give me the numbers. What goes in this box?
5,
5. What about the other one? $0 divided by 2 best friends?
0,
0. Yeah, that's it right there. 5 0 is the answer. Okay. I say yeah, I know how to midpoint. I say yes. All right. I'm gonna go next page. Is it okay?
yes,
Midpoints are okay. You can handle those. All right. So now I'm gonna go to page number 9. And there's a question number 4, but I'm gonna skip that one today. We haven't. I'm gonna skip number 4, and I'm gonna go to question number 5. All right. So question number 5 or skill number 5, it says this word here. It says find the domain of f of x equals square root of, what is it? 6x minus 36. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you a formula for this. The formula says this. If f of x equals square root of ax plus b, the way you set this up is you go ax plus b is bigger than or equal to 0. Okay, this is the formula. All right. Domain means what numbers can I put in here that work? I don't get like square root of negative numbers. That's all it means, or zeros. Or square is a negative number. That's it. So the way you do it, you're gonna set it up like that one. So if I set it up like this, whatever's in here, 6x minus 36 has to be bigger than or equal to 0. So how do you solve this thing right here? What's the next step? Add something.
add 36,
Yes, add 36. And add 36. So these are gone. So 6x is bigger than or equal to 36. Now I'm gonna have to divide by something on both sides. What number is that? Yes, 6, 6, like that. It's a plus 6, so I have to turn the alligator. So now this is gone like this. So
18.
x is greater than or equal to 6, you said, is that right? Yes or no?
yes,
Or another way to write it, you can put the number line like this, put a block like that, and it goes this way. Or another way to write it, you can put the block like this to infinity. So you can do it 3 ways. You can do it this way, or this way, or that way. There's 3 ways to write the answer. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. What is the domain? What numbers will always work in here? As long as the numbers are what? Bigger than or equal to what? 6, it works in there. Okay, let me do another one like this one, okay? Same thing like
sir,
number
and the sign changes only if it's negative, correct?
Yes. Okay, she asked a question. She asked a question. If I have to, let me do two positives. Suppose I ended up with negative 2x is less than 10, and I was sorry, let's do this one here. Is there a way to solve this one? Yeah, I divide this side by a negative, and I divide this side by a negative, and then you have to turn the alligator around. See what I'm saying? Because you divide by what? Minus numbers. So this example right here, you would have to go like that. You see why? Because it's a negative you're dividing by. This one, is that a positive number you divide by?
Yes.
Yeah, everything stays the same. Only if it's a negative. If it's negative, you gotta flip the alligator around, okay? Can we do that one like this? Same thing, ready? Same problem. I'm gonna do the It's gonna change the numbers, okay? All right, ready? So let's go to page 10. Let's do number 5 again. Let's say find the domain. Let's say f of x equals square root of 2x minus 100. Okay, all right, and there's a formula. Yes, there's a formula. What is this formula? Formula is for domain, you have f of x equals some generic answer like this, ax plus b. Whatever's inside there, you just set it up like this. Ax plus b has to be bigger than or equal to 0. Has to look like this. So this right here, you set it up, you go 2x minus 100 is bigger than or equal to 0. So how do you solve this? What do you think?
Plus 100.
Plus 100, okay. So I'm gonna go add 100 over here. I'm gonna add 100 over here. These are gone. Then what? Divide by something.
Divided by 2.
Yes. But regular 2, right? A regular 2 and a regular 2, that means the alligator stays the same. So x is bigger than or equal to what number?
50.
50. There you go. Or number 9, here's 50. Block it, goes this way. Or another way to do it, here's 50, goes to infinity like this. So there's 3 answers for that one. Let me do it again. Same problem. I'm just gonna do it again, okay? All right, let me do 5 again. I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? One more time. If I do one more time, you'll get it. Ready? Number 5 is gonna say domain f of x equals square root of 4x minus 44. Okay, so there's a formula for this. You find the domain of a quadratic or a radical function. You're going to just f of x equals square root of ax plus b. So I set this up. Ax plus b has to be bigger than or equal to 0. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set this one up. Same thing. 4x minus 44 is bigger than or equal to 0. Is that okay for the setup on it? So now you tell me, what's the next step?
You add 44.
Yes, exactly. You add 44. You add 44. These are gone. So 4x is bigger than or equal to 44. Then what?
Divide by 4.
Yep, divide by 4, divide by 4. Alligator stays the same. So x is bigger than or equal to, you tell me.
11.
11. So here it is. From 11 goes that way. Okay. Anything bigger than that. Or from 11, it goes this way. Okay. So all these numbers, more than 11 equal to 11, more than 11 equal to 11, more than 11 equal to 11 works. Okay, that's question number 5. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to number 6. Question number 6. I'm gonna say skill number 5 is okay. Okay. All right, let's go next one. Page 12. Let's go to number 6. All right, number 6. It's gonna say, it's gonna be different letters. A, 6A. It's f of x is equal to 5x plus 3. And g of x is 8x minus 9. So it has an f and it has a g function. All right, first question to ask you is find f plus g of x. What does that mean? That means at the first function, added to the second function like this. Add f of x plus g of x. F of x is 5x plus 3 added to 8x minus 9, like that. So I'm going to add the first one to the second one, like that. So now, if I take all this pretty stuff off, like this, what do you think is the answer in the box? Put them together. Put these together. Get my fingers.
13x.
13x, that's correct. Yes. Get my fingers.
Negative.
Negative what?
13x minus 6.
Minus 6. All right, so I got my answer right. So they're gonna ask you this other question. I'm just gonna give you the generic answer. They ask you, what is the domain of this? Are you gonna say is this minus infinity to infinity? In other words, I can put any number of 1 in here, it works. If I put 7, 12, 13, it works. It doesn't give me division by 0 or square roots of negatives. Okay. Now I'm gonna do 6-letter B. Same problem, but watch, it's gonna be a little bit different. 5x plus 3, okay, that's the same thing. G of x equals 8x minus 9, that's the same thing. So now it's going to tell you to find f minus g of x. Okay, that means f of x take away g of x. That means 5x plus 3 take away 8x minus 9. So you have 5x plus 3 minus 8x and a positive 9. Y'all see how I switched the signs right here? Negative of negative is a positive. So now, tell me the answer that goes in the box.
Is it negative 3x?
Yes. What else?
Plus 12.
Yes, plus 12. And generic answer again. Domain of this thing is just this thing here. All right, so there's f plus g of x, and there's f minus g of x right there. Okay, A and B. So now I'm gonna do letter C and letter D for number 6. Okay. All right, go to the next part of this thing. All right, so page 13. 6, letter C. Okay, A, B, C. All right, ready? C, letter C for this one. This one says f of x is the same thing. 5x plus 3 and g of x is 8x minus 9. All right, so there it is. This is going to say, what is f times g of x? It means multiplication. It means f of x times g of x. It means 5x plus 3 multiplied times 8x minus 9. So how do you do that? Tell me. What's 5x times 8x?
40x.
Almost. 40x squared, yes or no?
That's correct. Yes.
And what's 5x times negative 9?
Negative 45x.
That's negative 45x. And what's 3 times 8x?
24.
Yes, 24x. And what's 3 times negative 9?
Negative 27.
Negative 27.
7. So if I put these numbers together, I have 40x squared. What else goes in my box?
It'd be minus 21. X. Minus 27.
Yes. The answer again, the generic answer. The main is negative infinity to infinity. That's just a generic answer. For that one anyway, for number 6, letter C. Now, a bit harder one, ready? 6, letter D. What? Letter D. F of x is same thing, 5x plus 3. And g of x is 8x minus 9. So now, f over g of x, which means f of x over g of x, which is divide. What's on the top? 5x plus 3. What's in the bottom? 8x minus 9. Okay, so then this is going to be right here. That's the answer right there. But this is division, right? There's something on the bottom. Okay, so this is, I'm going to tell you the things that are bad. Bad things are, if I have 3 over 0, if I have negative 11 over 0, if I have 7 over 0, all these things with 0 under, they're undefined. Remember this word here? Under, undefined. All right, so back to this problem. Is there a way for the bottom to be 0? Yes. Let me set it up. Is there a way for 8x minus 9 to ever become a 0 on the bottom? Solve this one. How do you solve that? How do you solve 8x minus 9 equals 0? Give me the next step. Add something.
Add 9.
Yeah, there you go. Plus 9, plus 9. 8x plus 9. Now, I'm going to divide this one by 8, and I'm going to divide this one by 8. So these are gone. So x equals 9 over 8. Okay, now, 9 over 8. If I put 9 over 8 in here in the bottom, it's going to make a 0 on the bottom. So this is the word. This is the hard one. What is the domain of this? The domain of this one is you can use any number you want, but never use 9 over 8. Why? Because it'll give you 0 on the bottom. So this is a different domain. This is the answer, yes, this is the answer. But the domain is different. It's this answer right here. Okay. So it's a little bit different. And this is letters D and letters C. C and D. Okay, ready? So now this one has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So I need to do 4 more parts for this thing. Okay, I'm gonna go to 6 letter E now. Okay, 6 letter E. I'm gonna go to the next page. All right, 14. This is gonna be 6 letters C, D, E. There's E. Letter E, it says, we ended up with this earlier. We had F plus G of X. We did that thing, and we ended up with this answer. We ended up with 13x minus 6. That was what we got with F of G of X earlier. That's what we got. 13x minus 6. So now, when I did on my math lab, it said to put a number in there. It said, what is F plus G of the number? And mine said to put a 3 in there. So 13 times 3 minus 6. So F plus G of 3. What's 3 times 13?
39.
39. And what is, what's 39 minus 6?
33.
33. So that's the answer right there. Okay. And then 6 letter F is going to say F minus G of X. We did it earlier. And we ended up with, negative 3x plus 12. And so when I did it on my math lab, it said to do F minus G, and the number they gave me to put in there was a 2. You ready? So F minus G of 2, you tell me, what's the negative 3 times a 2? What's this?
Ne- -6.
Yes. And if I put those two numbers together on my calculator, what do you get? What's this?
Turn on your fans when you need them.
Okay. It is
Well,
6.
6. Yeah, there you go. I got letter E and letter F. Letter E and letter F. Okay. All right. So there's G, F, G, H. I got two more things to think on this thing. All right. So it's 15, 6, E, F, G. Okay, 6G. It's we did it earlier. That one was F times G of X. So this one was F times G of X is 40x squared. What else? Minus 21x minus 27. All right, so now that's what we ended up with that one. Now, it says when I did it in my math lab, it says to put in the number 4. So F times G of 4 is going to be 40 times 4 squared minus 21 times 4 minus 27. So F times G of 4 is going to be 40 times 4 times 4 minus 21 times 4 minus 27. So F times G of 4. Let me see what this is going to be. It's going to be 40 times 16 minus 21 times 4 minus 27. So F times G of 4 is going to be, what's 40? What's 40 times 16? Calculator.
640.
640, right? And 21 times 4?
-84. Yeah.
And then 27, right? And if you put all these numbers in your TI-84 calculator, whatever you have, give me the answer.
640. 640. Minus 80. I got 529.
How much?
I got 529.
Yeah, 529 is the right answer. There you go. Cool. All right, one more. 6H. Yay, finding. We'll get to the last one. ABCDFGH. 6H says if you have F over G of X, and earlier we did it, we ended up with 5x plus 3 on top of 8x minus 9. Okay, that's what we ended up with. So now this one's going to say when I did in my math lab, it says to find F of G of the number 1. So I'm going to put 5 times 1 plus 3, 8 times 1 minus 9. So F over G of 1 is going to be 5 plus 3 on the top, 8 minus 9 on the bottom. Okay, what's on top? What's 5 plus 3?
8.
Somebody said on top you have 8. What's on the bottom?
-1.
Negative 1. If I divide those two numbers, can I divide them? What's going to be left over? Those.
-8.
That's negative 8. H. Letter G. Is that okay? A bunch of parts, man. A lot of parts in that one. Okay, so let me go. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do example number 7, and I'm gonna stop there. Okay. Let me do the next one. That's number 6. I'm gonna go to number 7 now. Hopefully. All right, 16. All right, number 7. Okay, this is like Number 7 says this word here. It's find difference quotient. What does that mean? All right, they're gonna give you a problem. Let me write the one that I see in mind. X squared minus 8x plus 5. They're gonna give you that problem right there. And difference quotient is a formula. It's just a formula. It looks like this. I don't know if you've seen this before or not. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Looks like that. That's a formula that you use in algebra land called difference quotient. So now you got to put that formula with these numbers right here. Okay. So I'm just gonna set it up so you can. Let me just set it up. Okay, you're gonna put it like this. Big line H, and then big parentheses right there, and the little parentheses right here. All right. So f of x. See where here my finger is? F of x is just this thing right here. See it right here? I'm just gonna copy the O one right here. X squared minus 8x plus 5. This is the O one, goes right there. Okay. The new one, it has all this extra stuff in it. It doesn't have just an x. It has this x plus h stuff. See this right here? When I'm putting the yellow. So you're gonna have to put this stuff here where the x's are right here. So let me just write it up. You'll see in a second maybe. So with this x right here, I'm gonna replace it with this. X plus h squared and minus 8 times x plus h, close it, and then plus 5, like this. So what I did is I put x plus h in here and in here. So now this is what I have. That one and that one. You see those right there?
Okay, can you slow down, please?
Sir?
Can you slow down, please?
Sure, I'm gonna slow down a lot. There you go. All right. So this is the new one. New, the old. All right. So this is like the hard part. You gotta set it up like this. All right. So now. Go back to the algebra line here. X plus a squared. That means how many times do I do this? Do I do this twice? Yes. So I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna write it twice. Ready? So I'm gonna say x plus h times x plus h. Because that's what that means, square, right? Now, this minus 8, does it affect the first number and the second number? Yes or no? So what's negative 8 times the x right here?
Negative 8x.
Yes. And what's negative 8 times the h right here?
Negative 8h.
Yes. And then the 5, I'm just going to copy it. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. You think this minus sign is going to affect the first number, the second number, and the last number? What do you think? It's going to change all the signs all the time?
Yeah.
All right. So let me do that right now. So negative of a positive, this becomes a negative x squared. Okay, next one. A negative of a negative. What about negative of a negative? What is that?
Positive.
Positive. And what's a negative of a positive?
Wouldn't it be negative?
Yes, negative 5 over h. All right, so now I'm gonna have to FOIL this thing, FOIL, ready? Remember that word FOIL? Maybe, hopefully. So, x times x, what do you think that is?
X squared.
X squared. Let me write this down. X squared. And x times h,
XH.
yes, plus, and I'm just gonna put 1xh, so I know that's just one of them. All right, so x times x is x squared. X times h is 1xh, or xh. Now this one, what about x times h again? What do you think that's gonna be? Is that hh or xh again?
XX.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna write it this way. It doesn't, you flip them, it doesn't matter, it's the same answer. The last one. H times H. What do you think H times H is?
H squared.
Okay, so let me write this down. Plus H squared minus 8x minus 8h plus 5 minus x squared plus 8x minus 5. All right, before I do the next step, let me do this first. Let me get something that might help us. Okay, remember, let's go back to first grade. What? Let's go back to first grade. So you're first graders. We had start tests on conjunct. Okay, your teacher said, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Today, I'm gonna do manipulatives. What? Okay, put your hand out. I'm gonna give you one counting bear, and I'm gonna put another counting bear in your hand. So what you need to tell me is how many of the little counting bears are in your hand. What are you gonna say? One bear plus one bear is how many? How many?
2.
2 bears, right? One
Yes.
bear is 2 bears. All right, so I'm gonna use that skill right now. Right here, look, ready? So what do you think 1xh plus 1xh is gonna be? How many is 1xh, 1xh? Like one bear,
Two
one bear.
XH.
Oh, yeah, it's 2xh. Let me write this down. This is x squared. And you said this is 2xh, like this. So 1xh plus 1xh is 2xh. Is everybody okay with that step right there? This one and this one is that one. So now everything else, I'm gonna copy it. Ready? Let's put the bears down here somewhere. Okay. Plus h squared minus 8h minus 8h plus 5 minus it plus it and minus it. Okay, now put these bears away. Way in your house so they won't get lost. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, got them away. All right, so now let's see if we can do this right here. There looks like some stuff is the same. Don't you think so? You think this x squared and this minus x squared might go away?
Yes.
I think they will. Okay. What else? What are these two?
Yes.
They'll go away, right? What else?
The 5.
Yeah, the 5 goes away too, right? This one and this one. Yeah, okay. So now what I see left over is this. I see
H
2xh,
squared minus 8.
yeah, plus h squared minus 8h over h, right? Is that what I see? This one, this one's left over, that one and that one. And if I do them into fractions, 2xh over h plus h squared over h minus 8h over h. I bet you I can reduce this to something. So let me ask you a question. I just put them 3 fractions. 2xh over h. Do you think I can cancel out the h's here? Yes or no?
Yes.
If I do these right here, what's left over?
2x.
Yes. H squared and h, that one reduces, right? Can h divide the h squared a little bit? Yeah, h and h squared divides out. Do you have just h left over? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then 8h, no, what's the last one? 8h, yeah. And 8h over h, what about 8h over h? Can h's go away?
Yes.
What's left over? It's just
Is
minus
the
8? Yeah, minus 8 only. Finally, after all this long torture, oh man, we ended up with this answer right here. I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna change the numbers, okay? Same problem. I'm gonna change the numbers. And hopefully you say, oh yes, I remember now, Algebra 1 was when Coach Smith was showing us how to do this in high school. Maybe not. Maybe you forgot. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do the question again, okay? Same problem. I'm just gonna change the numbers. And hopefully you'll say, oh yeah, we got it. All right, can I go next page and do it again?
Yes.
All right, let's do it again. Let's change the numbers and we'll do it again. Okay, let's go to do it a couple more times so you can hang in it on this guy. All right, so same kind of problem. Okay, page 17, and this is number 7. It'll just say that it's find the difference quotient, and this is it. And it's just a formula. So if I say f of x, I'm gonna change the numbers from this. How about x squared minus 11x plus 20 or something? It's like this, just different numbers. All right, so ready? Let's try it. So what I need to do is I need to do this thing here. This f of x plus h minus f of x over h formula. That's what we're trying to do. So big line, h, something goes there, and something goes there. The old one goes right here. The original one goes right there, and the new one goes right here. So ready? Old one. What's the old one? The guy, I'll show you this. F of x is f of x, right? So what do you think goes in this block at the end?
X squared minus 11x plus 20.
Yes. That's it. Copy it. Now the new one is the hard part. It's because I told you that every time you see the x plus h, you need to replace it into the here, here, and here. Okay, so the new one is not going to be this x squared and x. It's going to be harder stuff. It's going to look like this. It's going to go x plus h squared minus 11 times x plus h plus 20, like this. Okay, so the new one has all these new business right here. The new one. Okay, the new. Everybody okay? Right there with the new, hopefully. The new. All right, so I got the old one, I got the new one. Everybody okay with step number 1?
Yes.
All right, so now we're gonna have to FOIL it, right? Remember the FOIL stuff? So this x plus h squared, what does that mean? That means twice, yes or no?
Yes.
This is right here. X plus h times x plus h twice, because that's what you're supposed to do. Ready?
I'm confused.
And okay, go ahead.
Cause the word says, when it's old is x squared minus 11x plus 20.
Yeah.
That one is the x. I got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so this is the old one right here, right? X squared minus 11x plus 20. Okay, that's the old one right there. The new one looks like this one, but instead of having just the regular x right here,
Yes.
the regular x right here, it has all this new stuff. See the new stuff right there? It's still gonna be squared. Still gonna be squared. It's still gonna be minus 11 times this, but inside the little block, instead of an x, you're gonna have to replace it with this x plus h. Instead of an x, you're gonna replace it by what? X plus h, like that.
Okay.
So this is the new one. This is the old one. The new one, the old one, exactly like it was. The new one has new stuff in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me write this down real quick.
Right down right there.
11 over x plus h again. Okay, then plus 20. Can make sure. Okay, not x plus 2. Wait, 11 x plus h plus 20 over that minus k and h. Okay.
Okay, so now x plus a squared, somebody said do it twice. X plus h is x plus a squared. Now this one, this is, what is minus 11 times h?
Negative 11h.
Yes.
X.
No, yeah, x, that's right. What's negative 11 times h?
Negative 11h.
There you go. Okay. And the 20, I'm just gonna copy it down. So now, does this minus sign affect all these numbers here? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So now, a negative or positive is a negative. A negative of a negative is a positive.
Positive.
Have an X.
And
A
a
negative
negative.
of positive is a negative 20. All right. Is that okay for that? The second part? Part 1, part 2?
Yeah.
So now I need to do FOIL, right? FOIL stuff. Well, let's do this. So x times x, what is x times x?
X squared.
X squared. Yeah, that's right.
This is
X squared. Okay. What's x times h?
XH.
Yes. All right. Now, what's x times h again?
XH.
Squared x. H is x.
What's h times h?
H squared.
H squared. Is it okay for the FOIL on the left side?
Plus
And everything else, I'm just gonna copy it down exactly like it is. Minus 11x minus 11h plus 20 minus x squared plus 11x minus 20 over h. And I told you earlier that if you have 1xh and 1xh, you can add them together and call it what? What's 1xh plus 1x?
2x. 2x8.
Yes. So we write down what you just said. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 11x minus 11h plus 20 minus x squared plus 11x minus 20 all over h. So now a bit cell goes away. What do you think? Do you think these x squares might go away? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And you think the minus 11x and the plus 11x will cancel each other out?
Yes.
And you think the plus 20 and the minus 20 might go away?
Yes.
So leftovers are 2xh plus h squared minus 11h over h. And I told you that you can break it into three fractions. You can have 2xh over h plus h squared over h minus 11h over h. And I bet you can get answers, right? What do you think? What is the first one going to be? What's 2xh over h?
2x.
2x. What's h squared over h?
H.
H. What's negative 11h over h?
Negative 11. H.
No,
Just 11.
just 11, yeah.
So be 2x8 plus h. Okay, 2x. Hold on. Let me just.
All right, just write it down, write it down, write it down. I'm gonna do it again, don't worry.
2x plus h minus 11. There we go. That's the answer.
Yes. Okay, let me change it again. I'm just gonna change the numbers. We're gonna do the whole thing again. Same thing, okay? Ready? All right, I'm gonna do it again. Same problem. I'm just gonna put new numbers, okay? Same problem, just new numbers. All right, can I go next one again? Same thing, number 7?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it again. All right. Number 7 again. It's gonna say find the difference quotient. Find the difference quotient. And I'm just gonna change the numbers. F of x equals x squared minus 3x minus 2. There it is. There's a different problem. Formula, the same thing again. It's this f of x plus h, take away f of x all over h. This is what I'm gonna try to do with it. So now, always you put the giant line like this, and you put the h right here. You have the big parentheses, you have the little parentheses, like that. All one goes here. The
X
original
squared
problem, yes, x
3x
squared.
minus 2.
Okay, there it is. So somebody said x squared minus 3x minus 2 is the original problem. Is that okay? All right. And the new one, it has all this extra stuff in it. It has x plus h embedded in all of these things. Does that make sense?
So what we're doing is just replacing the x with 8 plus 8. X
Right.
plus 8.
Yeah, replace x plus h for the x. That's it.
Okay.
So now if I do what you just said, instead of x squared, it's really going to be x plus h squared. And instead of minus 3x, it's going to be minus 3 times what? X plus h. And the minus 2 is still going to be minus 2. So what I did, what you just said is, wherever there's an x, you're replacing it with all this brand new stuff right here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
New stuff goes right there. All right, so now I have the old and I have the new right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do x plus a squared, means I gotta do it twice, right? This one means two
Yes.
times. So let's do that right now. So this means x plus h times x plus h. Two others. Now, what's minus 3 times x?
Negative 3x.
Yes. What's minus 3 times h?
Negative 3h.
Yes. And minus 3 will copy it down. Now, this minus sign, does it affect all these numbers?
Yes.
So change it. So negative of positive is a negative. What about negative of negative?
Positive.
Positive.
Minus 3x.
And what's negative of negative again?
Positive.
Yes.
3h.
Okay, basically what I did the last part right there.
Minus 2. And then minus x squared. Plus 3. Wait, plus 3x. Wait, hold
Alright.
on.
Yeah, because this is, see, like this is a negative of a negative is a plus, and negative of negative is
Plus,
another
I see, I
plus.
see.
You see how I
That's
switch the signs? Okay,
Yeah.
so now I'm gonna do FOIL. Ready? This is like the hard part. X times x,
X squared.
x squared. Okay. X times h,
X8.
xh, and I just put one xh to make it easier to see. And then x times h again,
X.
xh again, exactly. The last one, h times h,
H squared.
h squared. And everything else, I'm just gonna copy down. Minus 3x, minus 3h, minus 2, and minus x squared, plus a 3x, and plus a 2, all over h. And I told you earlier that, like the bears, if you have one bear plus another bear, 1 and 1, is how many?
2.
2. Okay, so this right here is gonna be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3x minus 3h minus 2, and everything else I'm just gonna copy it down. So now for sure I can cancel out these, yes or no?
Yes.
Those are gone. What else? What
The
these?
3x.
Yeah, those are gone too. What else?
The 2's.
The 2's are gone too right here, these right here? Okay. This means that those are gone too. All right, so leftovers are 2xh plus h
H
squared,
squared.
huh?
Minus 3h.
Minus 3h all over h. And if I break it into 3 fractions, so I have 2xh over h plus h squared over h minus 3h over h. So now, I don't know, what do you think? What's
Wouldn't it
this?
be 2x
Yes,
plus h
yes,
minus 3?
3. Yeah, it's gonna be those numbers right there. Numbers right here. Okay, let me do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. Okay, is that okay? I'm just gonna change the numbers.
Yes.
We'll do it again one more time. All right. So difference quotient, that's what I ended up with. Okay, let me change. I'm gonna change these numbers right here. I'm gonna put double digits or something. It doesn't matter what they are because you have calculators anyway. All right, can I go next one?
Yes.
Okay, let's go next question. All right, next question is. All right, number 19. Find the difference quotient. Okay, good enough. So let's change this to f of x is, let's say, x squared minus 30x minus 50. Okay, I instead of these numbers I use big numbers, that's all. But it doesn't matter. It's the same problem. Okay. So first step I want to do is I'm gonna have to do this f of x plus h minus f of x over h. I'm gonna have to do this right here with that number up there. So see if you can do step number 1. See if you can write what goes in the first block and what goes in the second. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Just write this right here. Put the old one in there, put the new one in there. Don't say anything. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Just set it up, but don't do anything else. All right, ready? Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. So I say here, I just copy it. Is that okay?
Yes.
And I can go x squared minus 30x minus 15. On the other side, it's new, right? So it does not an x. I'm gonna go x plus h squared minus 30 times x plus h minus 50. So the new one has all this extra new stuff in it. It has this, and it has this. Everybody okay with this?
Yes.
All the new stuff is right there. There it is. So now, FOIL, right? I need to do x plus h, x plus h. So x plus h times x plus h minus, well, we can do this part. What's 30 times that?
30x.
What's negative 30 times h?
30h.
And change all the signs, right?
Yes.
Minus x squared. What else?
Plus 30
Yes.
and then plus 50.
Now, right? So now I'm gonna do FOIL on all this business. This is gonna be x squared plus what else?
8xh.
That's right. And then xh again.
Yes.
That's 8 squared from this one here, right? And everything else, I'm just gonna copy it down. Minus 30x minus 30h minus 50. That one plus 30x plus 50 for h. All right, so now I told you earlier that 1xh and 1xh, I can put those together always. And what is
2xh.
this? Yeah, 2xh, exactly. It's gonna be x squared plus 2xh plus 8 squared minus 30x minus 30h 15 minus x squared plus 30x plus 50 all over h. Now, once I do that, I'll put you a bunch of stuff right away is going to cancel, isn't it? Tell me what's going to
Yes.
cancel. What goes away? This right here, yes or no?
Yes.
What else?
And 30, yes.
What else goes away?
Yes.
All right, so we have 2xh plus 8 squared minus 30h left over. And can I break them in 3 fractions? Yes. 2xh over h plus 8 squared over h minus 30h over h. And I don't know what that's going to be. What is it?
2x plus h minus 30.
Yes. That's it, minus 30. The answer right here. See it right there, hopefully. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
All right, so now I'll tell you what I got these from. If you have my math at Pearson, I got it from test number 1. All these questions that I did right now are from test number 1. If you have the Pearson one, of course. some of you have it already. But this is question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except I jumped number 4. I didn't do that one. Not today anyway. So you can look at test number 1 if you want, like today, tomorrow, the next day, and then tell me Monday if you can do question number 1, 2, 3. Just try them, okay? All these questions. If you go to test number 1, guess what? On your My Math app, this is the first question. Same thing, just the numbers are different. That's all. Okay, that's where I got them from. That's what I was doing. I was going for my Math app then. All right, I'm gonna stop there. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except we jump number 4. But the other ones, I think you have skills. I say yes, you have some skills, right? Little bit skills. Yes, of course you do. You stop there. Try it. See if you have the Pearson thing already working, then you should try see if you can do question number 1. Try that one. See if you can do that one. All right. All right. Okay, that's all. Yeah, that's enough of this. Okay. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn it off in 1 minute. Okay. 1 minute. I'm gonna turn it off. I told you this is stuff from test number 1. That's where I got it from. That's number 1. That's number 1.
So exam number 1 is gonna be due tomorrow at
No,
night.
they're not due to December 10th. Test 1, 2, 3 in the final. Everything is due when? December 10th. Yeah, no,
But-
nothing's gonna be due next week or the week after that or 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks. Nothing. As long as everything's done by December 10th, you're fine. Does that make sense?
So
if you do
everything.
them faster, yeah, it's even better. If you do like test 1, 2 weeks from a week from now, hey, that's even better. But if you don't, it doesn't matter.
All right. Thank you.
There's no due dates. Even if it says due dates, don't worry about those. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Don't worry about those things. All right. I'll see you there. I'm gonna turn it off in 30 seconds. Other questions?
I have a question,
Yeah,
Professor.
go ahead, ask me. Go.
So where do you find the Zoom recordings? Because I haven't been able to find them.
You go to YouTube, Alberta's Math Help videos,
Okay.
and then once you go in there, go to playlist. And then once you go to playlist, you'll see it right there. It'll say Palo Alto College Zoom. You go to youtube.com and then go to Alvarez space Math Help video space. And then you see, go in there, enter it, and go playlist, and you see them right there. They're right in the top.
Is it the college algebra Zoom videos fall
That's the
2021?
one. That's the one. Yeah. So every
Okay.
week, what I do is every week I pick out 2 videos, like the Monday, Wednesday videos or the Tuesday, Thursday videos, but they're always the same problems. The number might be different, but it doesn't matter. It's the same kind of problems always. Whatever you do on Monday, I do it on Tuesday. Whatever I do on Wednesday, I do it on Thursday. Does that make sense? So if you see the videos from Tuesday, Thursday, or you see the videos from Monday, Wednesday, they're the same things. But every week is different. Every week I pick out 2 of them.
Okay. Thank you,
So,
sir.
okay. So even if you're Monday, Wednesday, you say, hey, it's only Tuesday, Thursday. It doesn't matter because they're the same problems. All I do is change the number. That's all I do. But they're the same objectives, the same kind of problems, the same way to do them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got them?
Yes, sir.
Look
Thank
at
you.
them. Yeah, look at them. Okay. See you all later then.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
So in the beginning or last year, I had a Pearson account, but I'm not able to get into it. Is there a way that I can make a new one and then
Yeah,
do I
go to
need a code for your class?
Go to Canvas and look at the stuff in there and see if you can get a new one. I put my stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
just
don't-
try it. Try it and let me know Monday. Try it. Go to Canvas, see what the directions are to get it. Go in there, see if you can get a brand new one and set up a Pearson My Math Lab. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Tell me
you.
Monday. Tell me Monday. Okay.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Hang on. Later.
Bye, sir. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
Bye.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
All right. Thanks. I'm gonna turn it on 15 seconds. 10, 5, 4. I'm gonna turn it on right now. Bye.